Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ask Eric the Conductor. My name is Eric, and on today's program, we have a question from Denise, and it goes like this. I secretly feel stupid and intimidated when I'm around classical music. Ooh, sorry to hear that. And am afraid people will find out I don't know a lot. It's a two-parter, but I really love it and was wondering how I can get over this fear and become really knowledgeable. Oh, Denise, I'm so sorry you feel this way about classical music. I've heard this a lot. And first of all, there's nothing you have to do. You stated that you really love classical music. That's enough. Something seems to speak to you about it. Something you experience when you feel it, or when you hear it, or when you whatever you do with it. There's a connection there, and that is so much and enough. Because yes, there's a complexity to classical music. There's a lot of different layers, and those of us who are professionals, we study for years and years, and we learn technique, and we do all this stuff, and we learn all this music. But the core of it, why we got started, was that curiosity and that experience of joy or something hit us about this, and that is the most important thing, because there can be an actual thing where if we become not too knowledgeable, but if we work on it in a way that it's all about finding the facts, finding the knowledge, making sure we know the most about it, and trying to be as perfect as we can, we lose a lot of that initial joy. At least that's my experience. And I've heard this from many of my classical music friends, where like I mentioned, we go to school, we do all these things. And for me, I loved it as a kid. My older brother played violin, and I'd say, "Oh, can I have lessons?" And I got into it, and I loved it. I loved playing my violin. I loved plunking around on the piano and singing and doing all these things. And the more I progressed, I would have lessons, and then I'd get into youth orchestra, and I was shy in youth orchestra because I was usually the youngest there. And then, I would keep to myself, but once in a while I'd show this enthusiasm, and it could just kind of come out. And I remember one instance where my stand partner was like this, and kind of, they're older and they're a bit too cool for school, and they thought, oh well, come on, grow up, or don't be that way, which kind of set me back. And I was like, oh, I just love this, and I just wanted to express it in some way. I didn't clearly think about that when I was that age, but there was this certain thing where I was like, oh, okay, so I'm supposed to really know what's going on. I have to know all this knowledge, because I don't want to feel that way again. So I learned more and more, and then when I went to school, I had to learn more and more. And I love learning about facts. I love gobbling that stuff up. But it seemed like the more I rose in my career, the more I had to be perfect. And that took a whole new toll on me when I became a conductor, because I thought, well, geez, I've got to know every single line of the score. I've got to know all these parts. I memorized everything, thinking, okay, now I don't have to be, I can't be questioned and everything, because I know it all. Well, of course you don't know it all. And the perfectionism, that's not a great way of doing it. Of course, there are moments of joy within all of that, of course. But the toll that takes, I got chronic migraines and everything. I really had to step back and go, whoa, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this in the first place? I had to get back to that joy. So Denise, please don't lose that joy. By all means, learn about facts and different things about the music if you want to. You don't have to. But if you're into the stories behind the music, the composers, the music itself, how it's made, wonderful. But there's ways of doing that without losing that joy. There's curiosity and discovering the whole experience of it all, without trying to be perfect, because of course we all know nothing is perfect. And so please, to answer your question, how can I get over this fear and become really knowledgeable? Become knowledgeable with curiosity and playfulness, and embrace that what you don't know, with something to learn. You get to learn about it, but approach it in a curious and playful manner. At least that's what I think. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, just love classical music and let it shine through you. Thanks.